Truth you have. Notice I say truth. I say truth because sometimes they say you should pick a side. You've got to be either over here or over there. You're either good or you're evil. You're either this way or that way. That's what they do. You must choose. I choose truth because I didn't see a whole bunch of people say they was mad at each other and then they was friends and then they was mad at each other for whatever agenda they had and then they were friends. And if that can happen, then, and they're supposedly on the opposite sides, but one represents this side and one represents that side, but in my face I just saw something different. Because what they represent is an extreme of something that they think is all right, good, okay. A lady explained it when she talked about wearing a scarf, a hijab, I think it's called, when the ladies put on those Muslim type of wraps. And she was explaining that her point of view from her research, that there's an individual that decided to think in an extreme way, and everyone else started to think in that extreme way, and it became a part of a religion. And women have been suffering for years because of an individual's thought process. But when you look at it, everybody else became followers to this one leader, and that one leader had an idea of how women should look, be dressed, or how men might behave towards the women, therefore they should be covered, or they get to abuse the woman if she steps out of line. Whoever thought of it, this woman doesn't agree with it. And truthfully speaking, when people start to follow leaders and it causes a lot of individuals harm, that right there is unacceptable. Follow the leader, just do what someone else said do because somebody else in your family was doing it and their grandparents did it and everybody else did it. It's a tradition, it's a ritual, it's you're following a narcissistic mind. And because everybody else did it, you thought, oh, I'm going to join the party. When is y'all going to wake up? What generation is it going to be? Because if you love something so much and it's in a form of a religion, and everybody in this or in particular parts of the world believe it so deeply and strongly, but it's causing harm to people, that needs to be adjusted. Something needs to happen. Somebody needs to say, look, we're not going to do that anymore. We're going to do something different. Because obviously that right there wasn't working, and it's still not working. Because somebody that has experienced the stuff from those countries is speaking up because she knows it's not correct. Why put a lot of energy in the direction of abuse of women? Whether it's not in this country, whether it is in another country. The way she described it, the extremes of how a man can treat a woman. Y'all think about your family, your mamas, your sisters, your cousins, your family. Think about your peoples. Think about the face that you look at and think, do I want her ever to be subjected to anything like that? That shouldn't even be a choice or an option in our world for that to even happen. To anybody. It shouldn't even be something that is thought about. It should already be ancient thought processes. It's done. We don't think that way anymore. If someone is within the religion, they can make some changes. Make the changes. Your belief system changes. But some changes have to be made There has to be something that says, this is not what we agree with anymore. In writing, you're going to have to go in there and be like, we're making some changes. Let the public know. We don't agree with that anymore. Men, get your lives. You're not allowed to do that. Get their minds trained. Make the women feel more secure. Make the men feel like they have some self-control. Because they got some self-control. Put that in the law. Put that in there. You need to have self-control. Just because you see a woman like this, no, partner. You need to get it in check. Because if you do this, then there's a different thing going on. You need to make sure that you don't do those things anymore. If you were so haywired in the mind to where you made some dumb choices, get your life together. Get your mind together. Train them to do that. It has to start somewhere. People are not agreeing with women being abused. They can't even drive cars in some places. Vote, say anything about politics. It's all male control, domination over there. They missing out on some real stuff. And to get an education, that's supposed to be something that is unacceptable. You're not high enough on their ranking for you to even be educated if you live over there. What did the women do that was so wrong that they got to suffer in that way? In that area? What spell is that? What energy is that hates women? Because that's an evil energy. People think they're free while other people is going through some things and they just letting it be like, oh, it's all right. This is their belief. Well, you better get somebody in that belief that changes the way that they believe. You feel me?